everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to the channel as always. Here we talk toys of all different kinds. Today I'm coming at you and switching gears from the nostalgia trip because I did two videos the other day for Super 7's TMNT line, which were replicas of figures I basically played with as a kid. We're going to switch gears from that, and we're going to go to something a little more modern and a character that I have a lot of fandom for, which is Deadpool related, of course. It is the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Marvel Contest of Champions Venompool. And of course, you know what Venompool is. It's what happens when Deadpool gets the Venom symbiote. We don't have to tell you much more than that. I've honestly never played the video game. I just thought the figure was pretty amazing when I looked at it. It's like Punisher War Machine. I have that back there on the shelf as well, and it's actually a pretty good figure also, and it's from the same game. But again, like I said, never played the game. Do have the comic where he is Venom, though. So without further ado, let's go ahead, punch in, and take a look at this big boy. Alright guys, I had to zoom out quite a bit, but here we are with the shipper for this figure. This figure is absolutely enormous. It is heavy. It is an absolutely wonderful figure. I had my doubts about it in the beginning. I thought there'd be some reuse of maybe a Hulk body or something with it, but this figure is fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box. Of course, this is the Hot Toys outer shipper. There's really nothing special about it. It does say special edition. It's got the item number and the barcode should you guys want that. Look down and it's got the Made in China and the Hot Toys logo. Nothing on the sides, of course, and then the same stuff on the back of the box. It did get jostled around in the mail a little bit, but other than that, the box inside is fine, and so are the contents. We'll take a look at that. And when you open said huge shipper, you will be greeted with this box wrapped in plastic. It does have some photography, maybe from the video game or of the figure itself on the front. I can't really tell. You got your Venompool logo, your Marvel Contest of Champions logo, of course, Marvel video game masterpiece, Hot Toys, special edition sticker up there to let you know it is an exclusive. And of course, like I said, a really awesome piece of art of the figure itself. You go around to the side of the box. Again, it does extend there. There's the hand with the sword and the manacle. You go around back, of course, it does have all the credits for the people who made the figure and worked on it, and all the legalese. Should you guys want to read that, you can pause and do so. The top of the box is fairly unremarkable. It does have the Venompool logo, of course. And that's about it for this box. I mean, the art does extend down the other side as well. And there's really nothing remarkable on the bottom. Let's check out the contents and the accessories. Alright, and when you open the box, you will be greeted with a 2-tray experience. You will see the extra head sculpt that comes with the exclusive with the big grin. Check out the gnarly teeth. The sculpt on that is wonderful. The textures are great. The eyes are removable. They do magnetize. As you can see, the staples are separate pieces. He has some extra eyes here. Here is where the gun and his cell phone go. The extra hands are as follows. You get one that comes on the figure that's huge, another pointing hand, a fisted hand, another fisted hand here, and 2 holding hands for the swords. You'll get an extra tongue for a couple of extra looks there. Alright, and here in tray 2, you'll see the space for his swords. I already have those on the figure. They're excellently sculpted. I'll show you in just a moment. You get the Venom tentacles and the 2 plugs for the back to hide the holes. These do have a pose wire in them. I won't be displaying them on the figure because I really don't like the way they look with it. It's just my personal choice. You may choose otherwise, but this is what's in tray number 2. Alright, so let's talk about the figure itself. If I zoom in, you can see all the different texture work, things like that. The paint job is absolutely great. The rubber coating over the body armature is pretty fantastic because there are multiple textures and finishes in play here in different paint apps. If you look at the symbiotic pieces of him, you do see the blue and purple veins there. It does look wet and slimy as opposed to where if you look at the Deadpool costume, it does look texturized like it did in the film. If you look a little closer, the metallic paint on the staples is really good. You look here and he is holding his cell phone from the game. It does have a sticker on the screen, but it does the job. If you look down here, the texture on the belt is great. There is a leather texture to it, although it is painted rubber as well. It is non-removable. If you look around the top of the head, the belt does loop around the back for the swords. You see the metal on the manacles and the dry brushing and the paint finish there. If you look at the other accessory, this is the largest gun I've ever seen come with a 6th scale figure. This is more like a 4th scale gun. This is a giant Desert Eagle. The clip is removable and the slide lock on it does work. Let's talk about the eye gimmick for a bit. Let me show you a quick trick with that. You can actually grab the staple and pull the eye off. It is a magnetic gimmick, so if you look right here, the staples are separated from the figure itself. I will put that back, and that just magnetizes into place. The tongue does the same thing. You can pull it out. Actually, this one actually pegs in, I think. Yeah, this is a peg hole. This isn't magnetic. The other Venom from Hot Toys from the film does have a magnetic tongue. In just one moment, I'll show you the back of the figure. I'm going to go ahead and put the tongue back. When you come around the back of the figure, you can see that the wraps and things on the sculpted scabbards are great for the swords. The swords are not metal, but they do have an excellent metallic paint job. They are removable from the scabbards. I will show you that in just a moment. There you go. Here is the blade on that. It is plastic again, so be very careful with those. Those are thin. The scabbard does plug onto the back of the belt. It does not fall off once it's on there. It is pretty secure, so be careful removing that if you want to store the figure. You'll go down, of course, and again, you've got the veins and the calf muscles. You go down, and you got the manacles on the feet as well. These do move freely. They do move freely on the wrists too, so when you remove the hands, be careful, those do come off. This figure is on a rubber-coated armature with ratchet joints at the shoulders and things. It does have a lot of motion, but not as much as you would think. And if you look at this figure, there was no reuse of a Hulk body here. This is an all-new sculpt. And I do really, really like what they did with this. I thought this figure was going to be very hokey in hand. This figure is huge, it's heavy, it's whimsical, and I absolutely love it. I would say this is a 9.5 to a 10 out of 10 for me, just because I'm a huge fan of Deadpool. And this is so random and insane that it's wonderful. If you look down at the boots, again, the kick plates are there, and the kick plates are dry brushed as a metal. Even if you look at the bottom of the boots are even textured. So again, the paintwork, the apps, and the sculpt on this thing all come together to show you a wonderful figure. Now, again, there is an armature inside this figure, so it does hide these elbow joints. Just be careful taxing those and leaving them in a position too long, because that will degrade over time. The arms are separated from the rubber body, but be careful with that too over time, because those edges may tatter. The waist does turn. It does have a small bit of ab crunch. The head can move up and down and rotate. The other head sculpt, of course, like I said, this head sculpt is removable. You can swap it in and out. The hands do rotate. The fingers have absolutely no movement. The hands do rock a little bit, though, for posability. The toes don't really rotate that much, and the thighs don't really rotate that much. The knees are, I think, single-jointed under this rubber coating. And the feet do rock a little bit, but not a lot. I'm not going to try to get this guy into any extreme poses, because, again, this is my copy of the figure, and I really don't want to tax it very far. But this guy comes together absolutely wonderfully in my book. Guys, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and checking out today's review. I hope you enjoyed the Venompool figure from Hot Toys. If you want to pick up one of your own, I'll leave a link to the figure below from the Hot Toys website. I think the special edition is still available as we speak. I was able to pick this dude up for around 420 bucks, something like that. So it didn't take them long to get here too. Always fast shipping with them. Anyway, I thank everybody who watches this content. You guys are the gears that make this channel move. So keep watching, smashing that like button, hitting that notification bell, and always subscribe. If you're new here, take some time, hit that button. Guys, that said, I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope you're finding everything you want for your collections out there. I will see you later.